Hello guys, welcome back to another one. This is going to be live trading today. Surprise, surprise. Haven't done one of these in a while because I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was doing before I entered the market again. If I don't know what I'm doing, then I have no business live trading, right? Even if it's for forward testing. If I can't be profitable in back testing, then I'm not going to be profitable in forward testing, right? And I didn't want to do it until I was more confident in my approach to the market, which I am feeling a lot more confident now. So, let's do a top-down analysis. I will say that I am bullish on the day, though, but let's go back to the daily chart. Let's reset. Why are we bullish on the day, right? Reset. Daily, daily, daily. That is a good question. Why am I bullish on the day? Well, Monday opened high, and we've just been kind of barreling up to the upside. Plus, last Friday we had a C2 closure. Really aggressive retracement up here. Monday started just expanding, so honestly no reason to believe that we're not going to expand, right? And we have a PSP here. We closed above Monday's high on Tuesday. Not so much Wednesday, not so much Tuesday on NASTAQ, but it's still a PSP, so it would still support bullish expansion. Now I'm still bullish, right? I'm bullish. What am I nervous about? These highs that we're coming up on. We are entering a bearish PD array on NASDAQ. But obviously the ultimate draw on liquidity would be these highs here. But yeah, it makes more sense for us to be bullish. C2 closure, PSP that supports bullish expansion. Monday opening low, going high. And I think I have more evidence on the 4-hour. Or do I? Low of day being set with an SMT. Right here. I might have adjusted these on the 1-hour, but it doesn't look like it on the 4-hour, right? I think on the 1-hour there is an SMT setting low of day. But yeah, I believe we're going up. Can't really see it on the 4-hour. Let's go to the 1-hour. So yeah, let's see here. Yeah. SMT, right? I'm like, what? Hold on, let's see. Yeah, see this? Never took this low. We took it on ES. So there's an SMT at the day's lows there. Let's move it back. So I did adjust this here like that, like so. And we never took it on ES. Or we never took it on NASDAQ, we took it on ES. Yeah. So we open low, and then we just went up high. Now, if you guys watch my backtesting videos, you'll see that you can use the same analysis to see if we're going to keep going upwards on the higher time frame, right? So what do I first look for if we're going to have continuous expansion to the upside, right? So opening low, right? We get a break of structure right here, and right here. We close above, then I'm looking for a continuation confluence. We have a fair value gap here. We come back into it, respect it. We close above the order blocks here, right here. So what I would have done if I was trading maybe the hourly chart, I would have did a long starting from either here or here, maybe here. Short stop here. And targeting 1 to 2, which just so happens to overlap with this high. Obviously, if you're trading on the hourly, this still wouldn't have hit yet, which is why I'm confident that coming into the 9:30 open, we'll see an expansion to the upside. However, I'm still looking for a model. We do have an hourly model here technically, because 9 o'clock or the 7 o'clock candle went below the 6 o'clock candle and traded higher. So this is a C2 formation. This supports expansion to the upside. Why else am I bullish as well? Well, we opened on the 6 o'clock candle. We opened low. We traded higher. Supports bullish expansion to the upside for this 6 o'clock candle overall on the 4-hour, right? So yeah, what am I looking for though? I'm looking for, if I want to trade the 9:30 open, I'm looking for a C2 closure ideally. So if this candle closes back within this range here, I can look for an expansion to the upside. So that's kind of what I'm looking for coming into the 9:30. chances are though we could, there is a possibility we might not get that expansion or a model going into 9:30. So in that case, we'll probably just wait until 10, or we can try and look for a 45 or a 15-minute model. But I don't know. I feel like I have less luck with 15-minute models. They can work out, but typically I end up having to wait until 10 anyways. So we'll see if we get the 30-minute model to trade the 9:30 open. If not, we'll probably just wait until 10 and trade the 10 o'clock candle. So we'll see. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for this candle to close within this previous 30-minute candle here. And yeah, if there's an SMT, even better. But this candle has very limited movement. And so I'm not sure if we could potentially make an SMT out of this, but maybe coming into the 9:30, who knows. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, we still have 10 minutes. I'm going to actually mute you guys, and we're just going to wait the 10 minutes. I have some tea here. I'm going to drink that. I don't know if you guys want to hear me sipping tea, so I'm just going to sip that tea. I kind of feel bad for leaving you guys for 10 minutes, huh? I never know how long my initial analysis will take when I'm discussing it. And yeah, 9 minutes. So I'm actually gonna mute you guys. We can just watch the charts. You can skip forward 9 minutes. I'll be back in 9 minutes. So we can look at what's going on basically. So yeah, I'll be back in 9 minutes.
This question.
The first foreign visit by a mayor of New York is always considered significant. Where would you go first?
And a significant portion of them answered,
I would visit the Holy Land.
Given the hostility and the anti-Semitism that has been shown in New York, I would go
I'm back. Shit. Yeah, let's look at this. Ah, shit. See, I don't like that. This looks like we're gonna have to wait until 10 o'clock. Unless this candle wants to start going back up to the upside, right? This is, I don't have anything right now, right? Because I ideally want to be bullish. One good thing is that we're creating a lot of low resistance. A lot of low resistance here, right? So ideally would want to target that on both ES and NASDAQ, technically, right? Let's see, do I have a low resistance? Low resistance look quite a day. Why? Never mind, let's go back to the black. So it looks like we could potentially be putting in an SMT here, but realistically speaking, I probably still wouldn't trade until maybe 10 o'clock. I have to see how this candle develops. So based on what I'm seeing now, I wouldn't be able to do anything until maybe like 9:45 at minimum. And maybe 10 o'clock the latest, right? Because we're taking the low. That's ideally not what I wanted to see, right? Let's go back to the hourly real quick. Because realistically speaking, let's say I was taking this on the hourly, right? And I anticipated price going up to the upside on the hourly. I would have entered here, my stop would have been here, right? So now it's coming back really aggressive. Now, if I had taken the same trade on maybe ES, I probably would be safe, but NASDAQ is doing a lot right now. Well, if I had taken this on the hourly, I would be out, it looks like. Right to the tick, actually, I'd be out. But there's nothing for me right now, not on the hourly. And not on the 30-minute. So I can't do anything with this. This is my first time trading this model live. But the process doesn't change, right? Nothing for us here. Potential SMT being put in. But don't know yet. We'll have to see how this develops. We can probably trade a 15-minute model, but we'd have to see how this first 15-minute model closes. So once again, I'm probably gonna leave you guys. I'm probably gonna come back at 9:45 because there's really nothing for us here right now. I'll be back at 9:45. So I marked out this SMT here. Um, that's being put in. It's not official just yet, but yeah, NASDAQ took Asia low. ES hasn't. Right now, it's looking like NASDAQ is the weaker asset and ES is the strongest. So if ES can close back within this candle, we'll have a 1 hour model, and we could potentially, I think trading ES would probably be better because it looks like it's the stronger asset of the two. NASDAQ is a little bit too weak. So that's what I'm thinking right now. We have a couple more minutes until that first 15-minute closes. Let's look at that. Adjust this. Yeah, so look, it looks like we're getting a 15-minute model potentially. Obviously, we have to wait for this closes, but looks like we're gonna get it, potentially speaking. I don't know why the hell this thing is like on top of my drawings. It's actually pissing me off, deadass. What the hell? What? I don't even know how to fix this, if there's a way to fix this using this indicator. It's actually getting on my nerves. Don't know how to fix this. I just don't want it to be on top of my my drawings. Fuck. I'll just ignore it for now. It's actually really annoying. Like when I tell you it's like genuinely annoying that it's doing that. So if we can get a closer, we can actually potentially trade a 15, well, maybe not. More aggression to the downside here. I would argue that a lot of people are probably trying to go short right now. I guess you could. Actually, I take that back. This candle is like all over the place, right? Let's go to the auto 1 minute. Could you have gotten a trade on this? I wonder. No. 9:30 just went straight down. Maybe when it took this low, it closed below that. You could have traded that, but for like what R&R would you trade that for, right? Let's say you entered here. Stop at God knows where. And you wanted 1 to 2, maybe it could get there. Hasn't though. ES would have been the worst one to take shorts on because it retraced already. I wouldn't take a trade like this. But I'm just trying to anticipate what some people are doing right now because there probably are people taking shorts, right? Respecting the fair value gap. It's a continuation. Order block, closer below. Entry. Makes sense. Right? And, actually, technically, this would actually be the real closure below. Sorry. Stop here. Targeting 1 to 2 if possible. Will that even be offered? I don't know about that. But this just keeps going lower and lower. ES, you see how ES refuses to go lower? If you wanted to go short, you could, I guess. But I don't take trades like this. Because 9:30 went down, right? This is a continuation. So if you wanted to continue trading short, then yeah. But the bias, the only issue with this is that you'd have to lower your risk. Because, why the hell is this like this? Because, the overall bias is an upward bias, right? It's bullish, not bearish. I really hate that this is over my drawings and I just don't know how to freaking fix it. It's pissing me off. And there's nothing in the settings that stand out to me to like fix that shit. Ah, I hate this indicator. Did I get rid of the... Oh, yes, I got rid of that table. That table actually is annoying, yo. Let's get rid of it. Yes, gone. Coming up on 9:45. Let's get rid of this. Let's go back to 1 hour. Because it's coming up on when we could... I don't know, though. I don't know if we're going to get that 50-minute model. I might have to really wait until 10. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get that 50-minute model because it's all the way down here. If it continues to plummet, then I don't have a trade for today, surprisingly. See, I wrote out this line, but now it's not holding anymore. Why is this on top of my drawings? Ay, 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 what the fuck? There's nothing in the settings. Oh my god, this is so annoying. I'm gonna have to find a new indicator. Alright, we don't have a model. We can't do anything here. We have there's nothing for me here. So, with that being said, I actually have to wait until 10 o'clock, but I don't think there's any... I don't know. I'm kind of not sure if there's anything gonna be... if there's gonna be anything for me at 10 either. I will say this SMT is still in place. We could have a model if it ended up closing back above this. That would validate a bullish model, but right now we're inside candling. We don't have a C2 candle closure, not even a C3 candle closure here. SMT still in place though, so hey. With that being said, I'm just gonna wait for... I'm probably gonna still have to look at the 30-minute to get a potential setup, because this 1 hour, I'm not... like, for us to have a 1 hour model, we would have to close all the way back in the range of this candle. And I feel like that's kind of unlikely. It's kind of surprising because we are literally heading down to today's low of day, which is very shocking. Wow, did you see that? Wow, okay. I might not even end up posting this video because there's no trade. I don't think we're gonna get a trade. This is way too bearish for this to make sense. Like, literally, if you go to the daily candle, like, the whole daily range has been wiped out. All of it. Like, wow. That is insane. Why? Probably because we took this high here. See, we're reacting violently off of that level. Well, I wouldn't say violently, but aggressively. And we took out the current daily low, and we're just going toward the downside now. So what I can end up doing potentially is technically, it's not that we might not have a trade. We actually could trade this, right? 10 o'clock. I don't know if quite frankly, I don't know if I don't know if I want to take a trade at all. Because I could trade bearish at 10. But because it's going against my overall bias, and I don't have to necessarily marry my bias, right? But I just think if it's not going up at this point and it's just continuing to go down, it might be a little bit lower probability because this candle has moved a lot. Like, Look how much hourly candles it took us to get up here. And this one hourly candle is pushing us down to the downside this much. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I want to trade at 10 just because we've already like moved a lot on the daily range, and quite frankly, this kind of price action does not support continuous movement to the downside just from a phase of price standpoint. So I feel like even if I went short, it'd be very low probability, and it has a higher chance of not working out, because what could happen at 10 a.m., right, is that we can actually end up coming back up. But I just don't know. We've just worked this daily range a lot already. Because look, we opened up here. It took us this many candles to get up here. And then this 9 o'clock candle is moving down so aggressively. I don't know about that. Suspect behavior at this point. And I have nothing to do because price is just continuing to the downside. You could say, well, you could trade bear. No. Like, even if I wanted to trade bears, right? There's just no PD arrays. There's no PD arrays being respected here. Like, we hardly got any retracements. The only thing we have is this order block, but that's not enough for me to be convinced that. Like, look at it. We're just in, like, aggressive downside movement. Even from a one minute standpoint. I mean, at the very least, you would have gotten your 1 to 2. You would have gotten your 1 to 2 for sure. Let's see. Respected this. Record structure respected this. Closure below. Could have entered here. Stop here. Targeting 1 to 2. So in a way, you could already be done for the day, right? If you recognize that this was just going to continue moving to the downside. I do have to say, one of the biggest game changers is being able to really read the 1 minute chart and how to interpret price. Such a game changer, guys. See, now we're in that 950 macro. Last 10 minutes before the 10 o'clock candle. Hence why we're going up now. But I don't know how that 10 o'clock candle is going to develop in terms of what we're going to do here, because we've already moved to the upside. This SMT is not in play anymore. I mean, yeah, unless you want to consider this new SMT. Because it just took daily range, which I guess in a way would make that a 2-stage SMT, huh? Which is our highest probability confluences that we can have. But we'd have to see if it held, right? Yeah. I mean, we could get another trade back up to the upside because we had just aggressive expansion. We'll just have to see. I'm going to wait for that 10 o'clock candle to open. I'll probably be looking at the 30-minute just to get an idea, but just looking at where we are right now, I don't think we're going to have anything for the 30-minute, right? Even when that 10 o'clock candle does open. One thing that I do appreciate trading live compared to backtesting is that in backtesting I'm always trying to be as quick as possible, because in my head I'm just like, well, the markets move really fast, I need to be able to react fast and do all this stuff, right? But I actually work a lot faster in backtesting than in the live markets. The live markets are incredibly slower than backtesting. So I actually have ample time to like think things through and just process things, which is really great. A lot of people are like, well, backtesting's not like real trading. And I mean, that's never been my experience. I've always elevated backtesting to a level that is like real trading. So my ability to execute is really the same as backtesting. And you guys are probably going to say, well, you're not using real money. I actually have a live account, not in futures, but in Forex, and I've actually traded with live funds, so I actually do have experience trading money. And at the end of the day, my mindset is just that, well, I'm risking a percentage of my account, I follow my rules, I put on the trade, and I let it go. It's just a part of trading, right? I do think one of the things that would really upset me, and this does upset me in backtesting, is if I take a string of losses. But you just have to learn to live with that, right? It's part of trading. You gotta just accept it and just try and minimize your losses as much as possible. I'm not quite sure what the first talking point I was talking about was, right? But, and quite frankly, I actually should be calculating how much I'm at risk. So if you guys watch my last back testing, my not back testing, my last forward testing video, like live forward testing, I lost $900. As you can see, I have not done any trading, live trading, or live forward testing since then. Where the hell? Right here. So this is my first time, like literally, you guys are seeing the proof. This is my first time live forward testing, um, since I took that loss. So we're just waiting now until 10. This is looking like it really wants to just continue this. Hold on. Yeah, so coming up on that last 4 minutes of this candle now. One thing that I will say that I've gotten a lot better at through backtesting is recognizing when not to trade from when to trade. And I've just learned so much over the last 6 months. This is not looking like it wants to go back up. There might not be a trade for us today, guys. And you could say, well, you could trade the bearish momentum. Nah, I don't actually. Doesn't look like we're gonna get a 30-minute C2 at all. So we could potentially see if we get a 50-minute model, which doesn't look likely either. So it doesn't look like 10 o'clock is going to have anything for us. I would have to wait like past 10 if I want to get an opportunity here. And as you can see, we still don't have like... See, we're actually consolidating here. Unless 10 o'clock is going to be continue to expand downward, which quite frankly, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in taking shorts at all. So if it just continues to expand downwards, I won't take a trade at all. I want to be bullish. I want to remain bullish. Continuous downward expansion doesn't make any sense for the phases of price that we've been experiencing. Two minutes still 10. All right, so nothing for us. Once again, um, nothing on the 30-minute, nothing on the 15-minute. If we get a close over on this, then we could trade to the upside in the 10 o'clock. Honestly, part of me just wants to like end it here, but it's still early, still could get an opportunity, so let's just be patient. With that being said, I have to wait for the 10:15, so I will return at 10:15. I'm sorry for all of the waiting around and saying I'm going to return, but it's just what it is. That's the nature of trading. You have to wait for the opportunity, and realistically speaking, there's nothing for me right here. We still have the SMT intact. I don't see a model to take this trade, so we're going to wait for 10:15 to see if we get a model, a C3 closure, or something. So I will see you guys in the next 15 minutes. Yeah. So guys, honestly, it's not really looking like there's going to be anything given to us today. It is almost 10:15, but this is not developing how I wanted it to. I was hoping for maybe a C3 closure. So, this candle to close above the body of this candle, or even this candle. As you can see, we're not getting that. We're coming into the last 3 minutes of this 15-minute candle. Um, I'm not. In fact, we actually came back into this fair value gap here. And we're actually respecting it. But quite frankly, I just wouldn't trade short. Because we wiped out the whole daily range that we've been working to, up to, all the way up since the candle's open. So we wiped out this whole thing. We're moving back to the downside. Um, this is starting to come down really aggressively. I have no interest in taking a trade. I'm not trading short, even though this is overwhelmingly bearish. This price action does not support long-term bearish expansion to the downside. I'm not interested in participating in this. I don't care if it drops 500 points. I'm not trading this. So I'm probably just going to call it here. Yeah, just going to call it here, guys. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. But yay for our first live forward testing in a while. Handled that really well. Amazing. This is exactly how I've been trading and back testing lately. So I'll see you in the next one whenever I decide to do another one of these. And peace.